Welcome, and thank you for visiting this video demonstrating the functionality of ESRI's Business Analyst Online, a web-based tool used for demographic and market-based analytics and data mapping. This video is produced by the Middle Georgia Regional Commission for the Georgia Association of Regional Commissions and its partner agencies. ESRI's Business Analyst Online has many applications for regional commissions, and this video will demonstrate some specific applicability to the digital economy planning efforts currently underway throughout the state. After going to bao.arcgis.com/app/html and logging in using your GARC ArcGIS online credentials, you will see the Business Analyst Online home screen. ESRI has provided users with an intuitive interface and many helpful videos to get you started, such as the Quick Start video here. For more information on basic functionality of BAO, feel free to review any of the videos that are available. We'll begin this demo by showing you how to locate and map information on businesses or industries in your area of interest. First, we'll want to define our area of interest. So go to Maps and then to Define Areas for Reports. First, we'll want to define our, we will typically be dealing with known geographies, so we'll be focusing on the Find Location and Select Geography options. However, you can also work with custom geographies by drawing them on the map using the Draw Polygon option, or by importing a zip shapefile using the Import File option. Using the Find Location option, you can enter in a specific address. An example might be a service address. I'll enter in the address for the Regional Commission, 175 Henry Highway, Macon, GA. I'll enter in the name of the location as well, Middle Georgia. I'll click Go, and it will find the location on the map. I've found that it's good practice to name your locations. This will come in handy later as we organize our sites and locations. After the location is found, you can enter rings, drive times, or bands here in the map, or you can continue adding them over here in the Find Location menu. We often work with drive times, and we will in this example. We'll enter in information in 10, 20, and 30-minute drive time. You can also work with rings and bands. They work the exact same way. So we'll apply this drive time to our location. It will process on the map, and we'll create a map layer with this information. The drive time analysis can be used to answer questions like how many people or households are within a 10, 20, or 30-minute drive time for my business, or how many secondary suppliers are located within an hour's drive of a site that I'm thinking about locating a manufacturing facility on. So you can see that it's finished processing the map, and it's built a 10, 20, and 30-minute drive time service area based on the existing road network data that's available from ESRI. Okay. When you're through working with a location, we can clear the map by using the Clear Map option on the right-hand menu here. We'll go ahead and do that now. And it'll ask you to pick which site you want to clear. Clear the Middle Georgia Regional Commission site that we created. Going back to defining an area for a report, we can use the Select Geography option, which will allow us to search for known geographies such as states, counties, cities, zip codes, census tracts, etc. If you're not sure what you're looking for, you can use the Search option at the top and search geographies by name. For example, I can search for Bibb County, and it will search known geographies and return several results. there is a Bibb County, Alabama, and there's a Bibb County, Georgia. And we can select either one or both for use in our map. I'll just select Bibb County, and it will map it, find that location, and then I'll click Next to select it for my reporting purpose. So that's the other way that you can look for information. Click Done. You can also select from a full list, but I typically search or select from a map. We'll select from a map is another way to do it. Let me clear the Bibb County. Clear. If you're familiar with your area, it may be faster to do it from the map, the Select from Map option. For example, I'll select my areas of interest or counties, and I'll select them from the map just by clicking the known geographies, and I'll select all the counties for Middle Georgia. Zoom out just a bit. Get Bucks County. And Pulaski County. So once all our counties are selected, I got 11 counties in Middle Georgia. We'll click Next, and it creates them as one site. We'll edit the name to make it Middle Georgia Region, and apply that for our map layer. Okay. It should be noted that whenever you define an area to work with, it's automatically saved in your My Content section. Using the My Content tab, you can quickly find locations or sites that you've been working with. So you can see it created the Middle Georgia region, and that's here showing as visible on the map. I can turn that off and turn on the Bibb County layer that I made earlier. Also showing the Middle Georgia Regional Commission service areas, 10, 20, 30 minutes that I created earlier. I actually already had a Middle Georgia region saved in my map, so I created an extra one, and it just marked it as Middle Georgia Region 1. It adds a tag to it to differentiate it from the previous geometry. In your My Content site, you can manage this data, because that's a duplicate, I can check it and delete it and get rid of that. You can also create subfolders in here to better organize your site. And you could put, different layers for Middle Georgia in there, or project-based files in project folders, however you want to organize your sites. So now that we have some geographies to work with, let's create some maps and generate some reports. First, I'm going to clear any open map layers by clearing, nothing to remove, okay. And then we're going to go to Create Maps from Data. ESRI provides helpful videos on mapping demographic variables using color-coded maps for single variables and smart map search for multiple variables. They've got videos available for both. This video, however, will focus on the business and facilities search. After selecting the business and facilities search, you will be presented with a search prompt. You can enter the name of a business, for example, McDonald's, or the business type like restaurant or fast food. This will map items that meet those criteria that you specify. So you can see that it's found a number of results, 147 results for things that match the criteria. It's searched by default. It searched the current map view, so whatever you see in the map, the viewing area of the map. It gives you details on the business name, so you can see that we've also picked up things like McDonald's Oil Company, McDonald Horse Supply, I think is in here. Yeah, Horse Supply, and others that may not be part of our intended search. However, this can be further refined in the results by unselecting the options that you feel don't meet the criteria that you were intending to search for. You can also further specify the area, city, state. You can also make sure you select the the North American Industrial Classification Code, and so on and so forth. Now, I like to go back, and I don't like to usually search by this sort of open-ended response. So for a more precise search, what I'll do is I'll clear the map and go back to the search screen. And instead of just entering a business name or type, what I'll do is immediately go to Show More Options. And here I can further refine my search. I'm going to go back and go to My Content and click on the Middle Georgia region. And we'll use that. Once an area is defined on the map, you can tell it to search within that here in the search extent. So rather than searching the current map view, I'll limit the search results to those falling within the Middle Georgia region as I've defined it. We can further specify keywords, but I typically don't use the keyword search. I'm more interested in something specific, so I'll use typically the North American Industry Classification System code. And if you're not sure what code matches the business or industry that you're interested in, you can click the link, and it'll open up the NAICS code search, and you can type in what you might be interested in. So I'll type in telecom, and it'll bring up a number of codes and descriptions that may help me define what I want to look for. I'll look at telecommunications carriers, wired, and it'll give you a description of what that industry is. I think that's what we'll use. So I'll just take this code, go back to Business Analyst Online, enter that code in. I can limit the search to a number of results, 1,000 should cover it in the Middle Georgia region, and click Go. This will map the results from that search, and we can zoom out to see all of them. We can also, as before, you can see details about those. You can view the full table as well to see the full table of the 17 results. It includes good information about their address, zip code, city, state, the NAICS code that matches, SIC code equivalent, number of employees, and sales volume. You can also export this table to Excel and click OK. And I'll just save it to my desktop, and we can come to that later if we need to. One thing of note, you will be limited in what you can export from a search like this to 250 records. And this is a record limit that's based on the Dun & Bradstreet, the source data for this information. Once you've found your results, you can click Next, and you can enter a name for this layer. And we can also define the symbol for it. I'll use change the symbol, and then click Next. And this will save it in my content section. If I go to Home and look at layers, I can look at Business Point and see the telecom layer that I selected. Close that. Right. The next thing we'll do is to generate some reports from our area of interest. This time we'll use the area of the Middle Georgia, and I'll clear out the telecom layers. and then I'll go to the Reports tab. Click on Standard Reports. First thing I want to do is to make sure that the area I'm interested in is defined in the top as the selected site. I've got the Bibb County site still selected in that service area generated from the point for the Middle Georgia Regional Commission. Really what I want is just the Middle Georgia region that includes those 11 counties. Right. Next, I want to add the reports that I'm interested in. The table on the left includes all the available reports. If you don't know which reports contain the information you might be interested in, you can click on the report name to view a description of it. It has information in the types of variables that it includes, also information about the database and source data. You can view a sample of the report, which it opens up in another tab. The sample report can also be viewed directly by clicking on this icon here on the record row. You can also hover over the data note to see information about the data. So what I'll do is you'll add some of the reports. Among the most popular reports we typically run here in Middle Georgia are the demographic and income profile, the business summary, and also the retail marketplace profile. When you go to add these reports, you have the option of exporting them or creating them as PDF, Excel, or Bold. For the purposes of this example, we'll look at just the PDF version. For the digital economy planning, the most salient report may be the Electronics and Internet Market Potential Report. So we'll run that report as well. Once you have your selected reports defined for the selected regions, you can run them in the window to the right, or you can run them all at once. I typically just run them now, and then once they process, you can open the reports. And it'll open the report in a new tab. And you can see it defines it for the Middle Georgia region and gives you the information on the demographic and income profile for the region. Similarly, we can look at these other reports, looking at the electronics and market potential. This has lots of good consumer behavior information for the Middle Georgia region, the Middle Georgia region as a whole. Included with every report are data notes and source information, a timestamp, and information about your location. If we used a point location, it would use your point name, but also include lat-long coordinates for the point that you generated. Reports that you run are automatically saved to your My Content page under My Reports, Ordered Reports. So you can see that we just created 4 reports here, and they're generated in My Content section here. So they're always saved to your My Content page. You can also, similar to ordering your sites and locations, you can organize your ordered reports by creating project folders or area folders to keep things nice and tidy in this folder. This concludes the video. Hope you've learned a bit about using ESRI's Business Analyst Online and how it might be applied to enhance the digital economy planning effort, as well as other projects undertaken in your region. On behalf of the Georgia Association of Regional Commissions, this has been Nick Kalonjis from the Middle Georgia Regional Commission. Thank you for your